Is it true that a sex drop?
What sex? He choreographed that whole thing. He staged it all. And once he realized what they were willing to do for money, he's a menace.
Did you expect that?
Yes. See how good I keep secrets, Sean? And I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'll give you this one for free. Big L, better than you do, Nick. I'd rather be with that dead man than ever be with you. Because the Diddy. Oh! Diddy done turned over tapes.
Jaguar Wright knows it all, and she's finally exposing all the darkest secrets in the industry. She hasn't taken a break ever since Diddy got his first lawsuit, and now 5 suits later, and she still hasn't stopped. But she's not only calling Diddy out. Nope, many other Hollywood bigwigs have entered the mix, including the power couple itself, Z and Beyonce. You've all seen the footage of the feds raiding Diddy's mansion and turning it upside down. Hold on to your seats because the latest update will leave you shocked. Rumor has it, they've found some tapes that will not only send Diddy straight to jail, but his associates too. And Jay-Z is terrified of the footage they might find. Jaguar says it's something involving him and Beyonce, and it doesn't look good for them at all. Now, Diddy started off 2023 on fire, killing it at the MTV VMAs, dropping a fire R&B album, and even rumors of him buying up the BET network. But then, things took a nosedive real quick. He got hit with a slew of lawsuits accusing him of some serious stuff, and it's definitely put a dark cloud over his career. Rumor has it that the authorities even raided some of Diddy's spots as part of a massive federal investigation. And get this, the Department of Homeland Security Investigations Transnational Organized Crime Division is leading the charge. It's all about some serious crimes, and some folks even got detained. And where was Diddy during all this drama? It's still a mystery, but his Miami crib got stormed too after some hefty allegations were thrown his way in multiple civil lawsuits filed in New York. So picture this, Diddy's crib, Homeland Security raid, and guess what they find? Not just any old stuff, but a goldmine of gadgets, laptops, phones, you name it. Now, you know when the feds roll in with that gear, they're on a mission. And oh boy, did they find some treasure all right? Compromising tapes? Diddy's lawyers are out here screaming witch hunt, while the feds are busy piecing together this puzzle of hidden cameras and those tapes. His attorney said, yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced, coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Word on the street is Diddy might have had a hand in serving up these tapes to the feds. And guess who's the star of one of these tapes? None other than the Carters. Yeah, you heard me right. Apparently, Diddy's got a knack for keeping receipts, and he's not afraid to use them. Why would Diddy spill the tea on J and Bey? Well, rumor has it that it's payback time. Seems like Diddy felt a little neglected during his legal battles and decided it was time to steer the pot. And it doesn't stop there. Cassie spilled some tea too, like how Diddy allegedly made her star in his personal art projects and kept those videos on lock even after she tried to delete them. And Lil Rod, he's got a whole stack of recordings claiming Diddy's got hidden cameras everywhere, even in the bathroom. Yeah, talk about invasion of privacy. We all knew that Diddy had some dirt hiding in his electronics, especially after Cassie spilled the tea about him keeping multiple copies of those videos. But no one, I mean no one, could have predicted what the feds would dig up. Videos of Beyonce and Jay-Z getting down and dirty at Diddy's crib. And when I say dirty, I'm not talking about them strutting their stuff on stage as Hollywood's power couple. Nah, I'm talking about some serious freak-off videos, if you catch my drift. The kind of stuff that'll make your grandma blush. Can you imagine the shockwaves when news of this hit the internet? The Carters caught in the act, all thanks to Diddy's surveillance tactics, and Jaguar Wright spilled the beans, confirming that these videos are as scandalous as they come.
Because the Diddy. Oh! Diddy done turned over tapes. Allegedly, with the Carters, is some freak off. And
and the Beyonce high on the cocaine, and the tapes had jizz all over it. Hold on.
And get this, Diddy allegedly handed over even more tapes willingly to the feds, like some sort of twisted insurance policy. But why would he do that, you ask? Well, it's all part of his grand plan to save his own skin while taking down some big names with him. See, Diddy's feeling some type of way about Jay-Z lately. He thought they were tight, but Jay left him high and dry. No support, no strings pulled, nada. And it's not just about the lawsuits. Jay-Z's been dodging Diddy like he's allergic to drama. He even skipped his own Roc Nation brunch just to avoid rubbing elbows with Diddy.
Wow, so you telling me Jay-Z canceled that whole dinner date from his alleged love affair that he would have?
Yeah, for the Roc Nation brunch because we had tickets. We was going. Is they refunding everybody?
I believe this. To be honest, I'm saying allegedly for my protection, but
that whack ass fucking she on just as bad as that Austin Powers shit.
Trying to detach herself from Jay-Z just so she don't get implicated. That's crazy.
Yup.
She's trying to attach herself from Jay-Z's hairstyle because she know that she can get implicated. So if
she get up
with some tapes that got her in it too, it makes sense.
I was going to the brunch and they canceled that.
So what does Diddy do? He plays the ultimate trump card, offering up the Carter's tape to the feds. It's a move straight out of a movie, except this time, it's Hollywood's elite playing the game. And while Beyonce might be trying to distance herself from the whole thing, Jaguar ain't having it. She's calling out Queen Bee for standing by her man when the going was good, but now she's trying to run for the hills. Fun.
No, she was down with the devil. Ride with that to the end, that's your man. Stand by your man. You wanna sing a country song, sing that shit. Stand by your man. You was willing to stand by him before, stand by him now. You mean?
One fan even commented, Jaguar does her homework and tells it like it is. I pray she is safe and nothing happens to her for exposing the truth. I feel Beyonce is doing everything possible to protect the dirt she has on her idiot husband and not get indicted. And when Jaguar goes off, she goes off. She's out here calling out Beyonce's internet as the devil's playground, saying nobody wants to admit the truth.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
She's throwing out accusations left and right, claiming BNC's involved in some next-level dark magic shenanigans. Like, we're talking hypnotism, drugging, and even doing some mess-it-up stuff while a girl was asleep.
No, nobody want to accept that bitch.
I think
she went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch, killing people cats.
And get this, the courts ain't doing much about it except telling the victims to steer clear of Beyonce and find new gigs, which ain't easy when your name's being dragged through the mud.
And guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician, Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know.
And some are saying Diddy's alleged shady dealings aren't just his own doing. Nope, there are whispers that Jay-Z and Beyonce might be involved too. Remember Kathy White, the woman rumored to be Jay-Z's side chick? Well, her sudden death back in 2011 raised a lot of eyebrows. Journalist Liz Crowan's digging into the story, stirring up the pot with hints and allegations. And if that's not enough, there are rumors suggesting Jay-Z and Beyonce's involvement in Aaliyah's passing. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Some believe that Aaliyah's removal might have been a calculated move to eliminate competition for Beyonce.
Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam
on your horn now. That record from the Austin Powers shit was some of the worst shit ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and your love got me thinking so crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page Six. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dane. And Aaliyah's gone. And
Jaguar's not new to stirring up controversy. A few years back, she claimed that Jay-Z played a role in the downfall of Big L, the legendary rapper from Harlem. Big L's tragic demise in a drive-by shooting shook the rap world, but Jaguar's allegations added another layer to the story. She suggested that Jay-Z, feeling threatened by Big L's rising prominence, may have orchestrated his demise to clear his path to success.
I want to go to court, and I want to talk about Big L on the stand. Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Wait, so this Big L person is not living on this earth no more?
He's been dead for years. His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live.
Whoa.
But that's not all. Jaguar even hinted at Jay-Z's involvement in an Illuminati sect, claiming that Big L's sacrifice was part of a larger scheme to pave the way for Jay-Z's ascent in the early 2000s.
The nigga that was with Big L.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the dopest. One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, you know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honey
rest in
Cole,
peace, Big L for real. What's up, King Payne?
AKA Diddy.
So picture this, Jaguar's out here pointing fingers at Jay-Z, implying he's been playing the same shady game as Diddy to climb that ladder of success. Sacrificing other artists, check.
His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live.
Whoa.
See how good I keep secrets, Sean? And I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'll give you this one for free. Big L better than you do, Nick. I'd rather be with that dead man than ever be with you.
So how do you know how Jay-Z get down? You know that from experience, or?
Don't worry about that part. I'll tell it on the stand.
But wait, there's more. Rumor has it that Jay-Z and Beyonce aren't just power couple goals. They might be dabbling in some seriously dark stuff. We're talking ritual sacrifices and allegedly removing anyone who dares stand in their way. Remember when they seemed untouchable? And let's talk about how they treat women. Jaguar's been dropping truth bombs, saying Jay-Z's even worse than Diddy in that department. Ouch. Seems like everyone's got an opinion, with 50 Cent and other insiders chiming in, hinting that Jay-Z's got a whole Pandora's box of secrets waiting to be cracked open. But here's the kicker. Jay-Z's playing the long game. He's not sloppy like Diddy. Oh no, he's patient and calculated.
So you were worried about him coming to get you?
Yeah, like everybody else is.
Jaguar's been on his case for ages, drawing parallels between him and R. Kelly and pointing out his questionable friendships.
And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know? And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That nigga swept that smooth under the rug.
And now, with Diddy's friends jumping ship, it's got us all wondering just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Speaking of Diddy, he's not having a great time either. Allegedly, some of his pals are singing like canaries to the feds, spilling tea about his alleged misdeeds. But wait, there's more. Remember Storm Monroe's tea about Beyonce secretly plotting her escape from the marriage?
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask you something. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorcing.
Looks like there might be some truth to that after all. With all this drama swirling around, Beyonce's probably weighing her options like a chess master, trying to make her move without getting checkmated. We've all heard the rumors about Beyonce and Jay-Z living separate lives, right? Like they're together, but they're not really together. And let me tell you, there's some serious tea brewing behind closed doors. Here's the scoop. Jay-Z's on the chopping block next, and it's not looking good for him. See, there's only so much dirt he can sweep under the rug before it all comes tumbling out. And Queen Bey, oh, she knows it, and she's not about to stick around for the fallout. Now, who's gonna be the breakout victim in this scandal? Your guess is as good as mine, but let me tell you, it's gonna be a Hollywood divorce for the ages. Think Diddy level exposure, but on steroids. And while the fans were all for Beyonce leaving the marriage, I mean, who wouldn't want out of that mess, right? There's more to this story than meets the eye. See, people have this image of Jay-Z being all controlling and manipulative towards Beyonce, even though there's no hard evidence to back it up. But according to some whispers, Jay-Z's been playing the long game, lining up his friends to take the fall while he steps to the side. But Beyonce, oh, she's not just sitting pretty and letting Jay-Z call the shots. Nah, she's got some tricks up her sleeve too. Rumor has it Beyonce's been taking matters into her own hands when it comes to dealing with Jay-Z's side pieces. Like, we're talking career sabotage on a whole other level. And Tierra Marie, oh, she got caught up in the crossfire, all right. Allegedly, Beyonce pulled some strings to derail Tierra's career before it even started. And now it looks like divorce papers might be on the horizon. Beyonce's ready to cut ties and let Jay-Z take the fall for whatever's about to go down. The federal investigation we talked about, yeah, it kicked off some serious legal battles, including one that landed in federal court last December. Calma's got hit with some heavy accusations of SA and exploitation. But here's the kicker. Diddy's been adamantly denying these claims every step of the way. But his past? Yeah, that's raising some major eyebrows. Picture this. Rapper Young Miami and 50 Cent's baby mama, Daphne Joy, were allegedly on Diddy's payroll as adult workers, or in simpler terms, human traffickers. Yeah, you heard that right. Diddy's implicated in some serious criminal activity involving both humans and drugs. Feds are seizing evidence left and right, building a case that could put Diddy and his associates away for a long, long time. And guess what? It doesn't end there. Young Miami was supposedly delivering bumps of coke to Diddy via private jets. But the bombshells don't stop dropping there. Court documents are exposing a laundry list of high-profile names associated with Diddy's alleged activities, and the list just keeps growing. Now, Diddy's parties weren't just gatherings. They were spectacles that attracted the best or the worst of Hollywood, sports, and music. From A-list actors to chart-topping artists, Diddy's parties are where the elite come to see and be seen. Celebs like Cuba Gooding Jr., Young Miami, and even Prince Harry have been there. In a jaw-dropping revelation from the lawsuit, Cassie detailed a disturbing incident that rocked her world in March 2016. She claims that during a wild freak-off, Diddy, fueled by alcohol, turned violent, leaving her with a black eye. As she attempted to make a swift exit from the hotel room, Diddy suddenly woke up, erupting into a frenzy of screams and launching glass vases in her direction, turning the scene into a nightmare of shattered glass and chaos. Now, fast forward to 2013, and the drama reaches new heights. Diddy allegedly orchestrated another one of his infamous freak-offs, but this time, the aftermath wasn't just a wild party. The explicit rendezvous left the hotel venue in utter disarray, with damages that racked up a hefty bill. Cassie, seemingly responsible for arranging the location and hiring male companions for the event, seemed ready to spill the beans, but Diddy reportedly swooped in, offering her a substantial sum of money to keep her from exposing the truth. Diddy's past is coming back to haunt him big time, and the drama is spilling all over social media. You've got Jennifer Lopez hinting at some serious tea from their past fling, and then there's Cassie, who was with him for a whopping 11 years, dropping a massive lawsuit bombshell. The allegations are no joke. We're talking about a cycle of violence and some seriously messed up demands. It's like a real-life soap opera, but way more intense. But here's the kicker. Diddy's playing the denial card, with his lawyer straight up calling the lawsuits bogus. Cassie's dropping bombs about Diddy allegedly flipping out over her dating kid Cootie, even threatening to blow up Cootie's ride. And get this, Cootie's car actually blew up shortly after. Coincidence? I think not. But rewind to the 90s when Diddy was locking lips with J-Lo. It wasn't all love songs and butterflies though. Remember that nightclub shooting? Yeah, they were smack dab in the middle of that mess. Diddy and J-Lo started off as this power couple, ruling the music scene with their swag and affection. But behind closed doors, it was a different story. Think cheating, blow-ups, and straight-up drama. When describing their relationship, J-Lo said, "The idea of the glass house was about how we get into these toxic relationships. You have trauma from your past. You have these patterns you haven't figured out yet, and you get into these relationships where you compromise yourself in ways that you never thought you would, or you allow people to treat you in ways that you never thought you would, and that certainly has happened to me." And then there's Kim Porter, Diddy's on and off flame during his J-Lo days. Talk about a messy love triangle. Diddy was out here playing games with Jennifer to make Kim jealous while blowing up Kim's phone nonstop. It was a toxic mess. Back in the 90s, Diddy's rumored wandering eye had J-Lo feeling some type of way. He was always grinding hard and living it up on the scene. But his wild nights out had Jennifer Lopez on high alert. She had this gut feeling that he wasn't exactly keeping it 100 when it came to staying faithful. She even talked about those moments when she'd be low-key, snooping around hotel rooms trying to catch him red-handed. Then came that wild night in December 99 that shook everything up. Diddy and J-Lo found themselves in hot water outside a club in NYC. Shots were fired, chaos ensued, and before they knew it, they were both in cuffs. Jennifer got released pretty quick. The cops figured she wasn't involved, but Diddy had to face a trial for bribery and possession charges. But that wasn't the only scandal they had to weather. Their relationship was like a roller coaster ride, with highs and lows that kept the tabloids buzzing. She owned up to being in the wrong place at the wrong time, which led to all the drama. And even though the arrest and trial put a strain on their relationship, it wasn't the only reason they called it quits. Remember his rocky relationship with the late Kim Porter? Yeah, that was a whole other saga. Despite their ups and downs, things hit the fan when Kim found out he was expecting a baby with his friend Sarah Chapman. Talk about a messy love triangle. And the end of Diddy and Kim's romance for good, and then she dies out of a sudden. And some reports suggest that Diddy might be connected to Kim Porter's passing. Yeah, you heard that right. Kim's best friend, Sahara Lee, is adamant about reopening the investigation into her friend's demise. She's convinced something's fishy about it all and just can't brush it aside.
Like, I felt like whatever weird shit was in him was in her. I mean, I'm telling you, his energy was so freaking dark. During like the funeral and all that, I couldn't even say hello to him. On the day of her death, I went over there with her niece, and his security guards wouldn't let us in.
Wow.
They wouldn't let us. And then the security guard eventually the next day like apologized and whatever to me. But I was like, it was her house. And all of a sudden you realize it's actually not her house. Does that make sense? Like, it was like he had her whole life on lock. And then for the services in Columbus, Georgia, one of her family members calls me like hysterical because they don't have the money to fly to the funeral, and he won't pay for them. So I ended up paying for them.
Oh my God.
I ended up paying for them because he wouldn't pay. And after that, I was like, oh, fuck that. You're a piece of shit. And that's when I was like, what kind of man doesn't pay for the family of your supposed love of your life soulmate? That was the first time ever he actually put it out there.
There were no signs that Kim was sick, so Kimura's left wondering what really went down. And now, with some new info surfacing, it seems like Kim's passing from pneumonia might not be the whole story. People are suspicious, especially since the coroner who was investigating the case passed away just a few weeks into the investigation. Coincidence? I think not. This is the same coroner who found potentially dangerous toxins in Kim's body during the autopsy. My whole thing about it is that there's always been tension between those two physically. But Kim wasn't taking any of Diddy's nonsense. If he put his hands on her, she was going right back at him. The coroner back then said Kim's passing needed more looking into, but he got replaced with another coroner. And guess what? The new coroner never talked about the toxins found in Kim's body. Did someone tell him to keep quiet? Diddy might be free for now, but his days are numbered. With the feds combing through the evidence and building a case, it's only a matter of time before Diddy's empire comes crashing down. And now even Beyonce might be caught in the crossfire. Some sources claim that Diddy's already started spilling the tea to authorities, and Jay-Z might need to brace himself for the fallout.